What's up, guys? Time for Weekly Weird News.
Now, there's absolutely no shortage of dating sites out there these days because while it might have been just a little bit weird to find a relationship online 15 or 20 years ago, it's pretty much commonplace now.
Yeah.
And actually, at this point, it's probably far more respectable than finding your potential mate at a bar or by ruining friendships by either constantly badgering your coupled friend to find you a date or hitting on anyone they bring around you.
Hey, stop it. Cut it out, man. She's just a friend.
Be cool.
Yeah, be cool, buddy.
The chances of you finding someone that's perfect for you are higher than ever, thanks to algorithms that match you based on quizzes and interests.
It's fun.
As well as the sites themselves that whittle down potential matches based on who should actually be visiting them.
If you're looking to hook up, you probably go to Tinder or Grindr. If you're looking for something more long-term but want a wide variety of potential matches, you could go to OkCupid or Match.com. They're owned by the same company, as are a lot of these.
The match people, they're looking to get married now. OkCupid? We'll see what happens.
A little bit of time. But if you've got something specific in mind, well, the internet has you covered there as well.
Farmers Only is a place for, well, farmers only. Sorry, city boy.
Equestrian Singles is there for people who bond over their love of horses, and hopefully not their love with horses. I didn't look too far into it, but I think it's about right.
They are majestic animals.
It's true.
Gluten-free singles exist for people who are incredibly annoying and can't admit that they're just on a diet. Or a couple people that actually have celiac disease.
No. Date a golfer, which we can assume is for people who actually want a relationship with a deep glass of wine and some TV, because that's the only company you're gonna have on the weekends. Sorry.
God damn it. He's never home. He's always out on that damn golf course.
What was I thinking?
But hey, maybe you're into that.
Yeah.
I want a rich husband who golfs all the time. Sorry, I can't have sex with you, honey. I've been golfing all day. Oh, no. Oh, that's too bad.
Hit my back nine later.
Oh, jeez. Furry Mate is a dating site for furries. Clown dating is for clowns. Diaper Mates is for those special people who are in that special in-between period in their lives where they don't have to wear diapers. They simply choose to. And there's even Mouse Mingle, which is dating for Disney enthusiasts and probably just a recruitment tool for all those Disney street gangs we talked about last week.
Yeah. Nefarious. But for the people who constantly use lines like, why isn't there a white entertainment network? Or why isn't there a white Panther movie? Well, they finally have an answer to their other burning question. Why isn't there a whitepeoplemeet.com? Aside from literally all of the other sites that we just mentioned and thousands more, the true answer has finally arrived. Trump Dating is the latest hyper-specific dating site to hit the market.
No libs need apply. Get out of here, cocks. Snowflakes.
Yeah.
Real men and real men. Yeah, it's Trump.dating.
Yeah.
Trump.dating. No .com here. It's a real website, and aside from there being even a slight statistical probability that it could be a website run by Russians that collects not only your personal information and dating preferences, but also all the private messages you send when you're horny and desperate to use against you as your own personal compromat. Aside from all that, it's also a place where Trump fans from all the real parts of the country can fall in love. As long as you're not gay, of course, because the only two options that can be used to sign up are straight man and straight woman.
Yeah.
And there is a bit of wiggle room once you're inside the site because aside from catering to singles, there's also an option for people who, yeah, sure, they love the whole family values thing, but they want a little something on the side. You can choose the unhappily married option.
Yeah. Well, let's take another look at that site. And just look at that happy middle-aged couple right there on the front of this thing.
They stand for the anthem.
There's no way that they would ever get into a lover's spat that boiled down to both of them just repeatedly shouting fake news at each other until the Xanax kicks in and blesses them with 14 to 18 hours of much-needed sleep. It's the best way to halt an argument. But hold on, because this isn't the first successful couple to have graced the front page of Trump.dating. Just last week, the front page of this hot new dating site featured this lovely couple on it. But, they had to swap them out because the pesky lamestream media fired up AskSoros.com. They found out that back in 1995, when that man was 25, you know, the guy that's the recently unseated face of Trump.dating, Barrett Riddleberger, he was convicted of a felony for videotaping himself having sex with a 15-year-old girl. Whoops. Ooh. Whoops.
You got Riddleberger. Of course, he could just be someone who posed for a stock photo that was used and then altered to be wearing a Trump hat for this site. I mean, they couldn't have known about his past, and presumably he wouldn't have known his face would have gotten caught so much attention. Well, actually, that dude Barrett Riddleberger might actually be intrinsically involved in the actual operation of the Trump dating website because, double whoops. When his local news affiliate, WRAL, reached out to Riddleberger regarding the site, he basically acted as the site's PR agent, letting them know that the unhappily married option was a glitch that some cuck programmer was fixing.
Yeah.
And he told them that he would discuss the site if they would just focus on the present, not the past. Obviously referring to his prior conviction for that whole filming himself having sex with a 15-year-old girl thing.
Yeah, but
we all make mistakes.
But being that a lot of the people who would use the site could potentially look past such indiscretions, given the support for Roy Moore during the race for Alabama's Senate seat
men
last
being
year,
men.
Let's see what the site itself is all about. Make dating great again,
Woo!
The site exclaims below its sign-up page, which offers 100% free registration. But
Take her out. Take her out. Buy her dinner.
yeah, it's 100% free registration, but of course there's a $24.99 monthly usage fee.
That's just capitalism, baby. You don't like it? Why don't you move over to Europore?
Yeah, Europore.com dating. It continues. Find the America First partner of your dreams. Yeah, that's the slogan sitting next to another happy couple out for a piggyback ride after apparently infiltrating well-known liberal hellhole New York City.
No, I can't stand New Yorkers, but that Guy Fieri restaurant in Times Square.
It's getting closed down. Numerous health code violations.
Never again.
Well, if you fail the health code violations, just get rid of the health code.
That's right. Too many regulations keeping me and my Guy Fieri food apart.
Fieri.
It continues. Dating in 2018 is more of a challenge than ever before, thanks in part to today's polarizing political landscape. While searching for a potential partner on other dating sites, it's not uncommon to see messages like "no Trump supporters" or "proud liberal." We're wrecking the dating game and giving like-minded Americans a chance to meet without the awkwardness that comes with the first conversation about politics. Wouldn't it be refreshing to already know that your date roots for the same team?
When political foundation is the same, the sky is the limit. We believe that by matching patriotic and political viewpoints as a base foundation of the relationship, it will allow one to focus on what really matters: conversation, commonalities, and if all goes well, courting. Being with someone who shares the same core standards is absolutely essential if you're truly searching for a real, life-changing relationship, and we have a feeling that if you're on this site, that's exactly what you're looking for. So what are you waiting for? Well, we're obviously two people who like to be grouped up into a two-party system with no space for contradictory thought with a potential spouse. What are we waiting for?
Yeah.
Let's trade our bubble for theirs.
Get me in that bubble. Build the bubble.
Build the bubble.
Well, anyway, it turns out that we don't actually want to do any of that. And AV Club actually already did a fair amount of digging anyway, so let's see what they found. In an article posted to their website earlier this week, they said, once logged in as a straight woman, you will meet such eligible bachelors as God Emperor 2020, who believes Trump is a god as well as an emperor, Hot for Ivanka, who is hot for Ivanka, and a gentleman from Louisiana who just wants to grab you by the heart. Really.
The article goes on, the number of obvious catfishing accounts, both on the male and female side of the site, is significant. Although more prevalent among women, as a search of female profiles with a second straight man burner account reveals. They reiterate that users listed as female can't look at women's accounts because that's unnatural. They then extend an olive branch to Trump supporters who might use the site by linking to a reverse Google image search site that will allow users to check and see if who they are talking to is even real. Because this wouldn't be the first time that some of them got duped by bots.
We live in a weird country.
And a weird time.
A really, really weird time. But yeah, let's get away from dating and politics for now. Let's talk about guns, baby. No, we're not going to sit here and argue against assault weapons, because it turns out those teenage students from Stoneman Douglas High School are doing a damn good job of that on their own. We'll let them have the floor. Just last night, those kids, they called out Florida Senator and failed presidential nominee Lil Marco Rubio and absolute fucking horror show Dana Loesch from the NRA right to their faces. But this story, it does have something to do with Florida, as most weird stories do, because ironically enough, when the students from Stoneman Douglas marched up the steps of the Florida House of Representatives to plead their case for an assault weapons ban, Florida had other, apparently far more pertinent issues on its plate.
Pornography. We're talking about pornography.
It'll make you blind.
During the session this past Tuesday, State Rep Keon McGee asked the House to consider a bill banning assault weapons, saying, I ask that you keep this bill and the conversation about the solution to combat mass shootings alive. The shooting at Parkland demands extraordinary action. Since this is Florida we're talking about here, it didn't take very long for the House to vote down that motion, 3 whole minutes. But now that Florida was temporarily done wasting time with the whole guns are bad nonsense, it was time to move on to the important issues affecting the health and well-being of Floridians, with Representative Ross Spano's resolution to declare pornography a public health risk.
There we go.
Yeah, finally.
According to the Associated Press, Spano said there's research showing a connection between pornography use and mental and physical illnesses, forming and maintaining intimate relationships, and deviant sexual behavior. The resolution states a need for education, research, and policy changes to protect Floridians, especially teenagers, from pornography. And also that during a debate, Representative Carlos Guillermo Smith asked Spano if pornography has killed or physically injured anyone. He went one step further in asking Spano if pornography has caused any first responders to seek counseling. Spano said he didn't know. Well, despite the fact that Spano couldn't confirm or deny that someone could have potentially opened up a porno mag and had their face melted by the mere sight of an untamed minge, the resolution was voted on and passed in the Florida House of Representatives, giving us one hell of a headline that will confuse the hell out of future generations. Florida House refuses to debate guns, declares porn dangerous. Never changed, Florida. Actually, please change.
Maybe change a little bit.
Please change.
Now, I kind of feel like I'm getting duped by reality with all this news, but speaking of getting duped, let's move on to something a bit more fun. There's one classic method of trickery that works 99% of the time. It's the old scam where you sit on your buddy's shoulders and obscure the fact that you are in fact 2 people by wearing a long trench coat and a matching hat. In most cases, the person you're interacting with, and probably purchasing a single admission ticket from, is completely oblivious of the fact that you aren't actually an abnormally tall man. Shibby gets roasted by ticket takers all the time for this.
Take off the trench coat, Shibby.
Sir, are you sure that you are not 2 children stacked on top?
Did your belly button just cough at me?
Yeah, but you do this and you got 2 tickets for the price of 1. It's genius. Unfortunately, a pair of resourceful youths who tried this method at a movie theater last weekend while trying to get a ticket for Black Panther were somehow caught by an eagle-eyed movie theater cashier who should probably be putting their skills of deduction to good use over at the CIA instead of the ticket counter.
Incredible that they caught this.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, though, this is one of the funniest things we've ever seen.
Yes, I laughed for hours, and then I went back to watch the video again and laughed again.
It still makes me laugh. It's hard to even explain why it's funny. Like,
it's ridiculous.
It's absurd. We don't even know where this happened or any background information about it. All we have is a video and a photo, both posted to Twitter by someone called Pillsbury.
Yeah.
They even wore that fedora to complete the look for totally inconspicuous tall adult male, but alas, it didn't work.
My favorite part is the video is hilarious on its own, but then when you see the still image of how young the kid on top looks, it's like...
Because the movie's just PG-13, so they had to be younger than 13.
Well, maybe,
or this is just how they get around.
No, they're like they're old enough to see the movie, but they didn't want to pay full price for 2 tickets.
Could be it.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, it didn't work. Probably because this only ever works in movies and on TV. News stories are calling what they did the tall man. But over on TV Tropes, a website that is dedicated to proving that originality is fucking dead, it's referred to as the Totem Pole Trench. And yeah, if you go there, it has appeared in a ton of stuff. Probably most famously in The Little Rascals, where the kids try to get a bank loan from Mel Brooks. But also more recently in BoJack Horseman with Vincent Adult Man. And on the Eric Andre show, where Eric Andre himself visits a car dealership while extremely tall and is turned away because the owner don't trust like that.
I love the best part is in the Eric Andre one, the way he walks.
Well, the guy at the bottom of him is like
arms.
super wide.
I just love his like swinging arms to act like he's walking, like the momentum is real. In any case,
I would like to buy a car.
Hello, fellow adult. In any case, those boys are American heroes for earnestly attempting a form of trickery that only ever works in cartoons out in the real world. And if I was a ticket taker, I would have just let him have it.
You got moxie.
Yeah.
That is maximum moxie.
I would have, if I was there, I would have offered to buy the second ticket.
Yeah.
You guys go. This was totally worth it. But speaking of American heroes, we should check in on those big games over in Korea. We're still not sure if we're allowed to say Olympics or not.
Those big ring games.
Yeah, the big ring games. Last week we told you about American hero Red Gerard, who won gold after missing his morning alarm clock and was greeted at the finish line by his heavily inebriated family. Now let's meet Liz Swaney, an American woman who managed to compete in the ladies' halfpipe skiing event Not because of any real skill, but thanks to some loopholes and a little bit of luck.
And plenty of moxie. You see, it turns out the women's half-pipe skiing event doesn't have a whole lot of athletes trying to compete in it. It's a very small pool of athletes worldwide, so that alone gives anyone even remotely interested in competing a much better chance than most other events. Still though, Liz Swaney is American, and the US is one of the few countries with plenty of skilled athletes already competing in this particular event. So, a while back, she started flying out to qualifier events around the world and competing under the Hungarian flag, which was perfectly acceptable apparently because her grandparents were Hungarian. And despite giving totally mediocre performances in all of those events, she sometimes still managed to not get last place simply because other athletes fell and she did not.
Yeah, she's got good center of gravity.
Yeah. So yeah, that all somehow added up to Liz Swaney getting to compete in the Pyeongchang Winter Olympics.
The qualifiers, at least. Now, shockingly, her performance in the qualifying round, which involved not a single trick, did not allow her to advance to the next round. She got last place.
Damn.
Turns out, zigzagging down a half pipe can only get you so far. It'll only get you to the Olympics.
God.
Winning, that's a different story. And Liz Swaney isn't even the only completely unqualified Olympian to compete in the past week. Everyone remembers that greased up, shirtless Tongan dude from the Brazil Olympics opening ceremony. Well, that guy, Pita Tofua, competed in Taekwondo back in Rio and then shortly thereafter decided, fuck it, I like the Olympics. I like the attention I'm getting, this is great. I'm gonna compete in cross-country skiing at the Winter Olympics, despite zero experience and the fact that he's from fucking Tonga.
Yeah, not a lot of snow there. And despite training mostly on long rollerblades and having only trained on real snow for 12 weeks leading up to Pyeongchang, he still managed to not end up in dead last in the 15-kilometer freestyle race. He came in 114th place out of 119. The person who did come in dead last was Herman Madrazo, a 43-year-old Mexican businessman and triathlete who similarly entered cross-country skiing simply just to have something to do. And yeah, if this all sounds weirdly familiar, it's because almost exactly a year ago on this show, we talked about Adrian Solano, a Venezuelan skier whose first time actually skiing on snow was at the 2017 Nordic World Ski Championships. And he was the talk of the town.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Adrian Solano did not compete in Pyeongchang this year, but he says he does plan to represent Venezuela at the 2022 Winter Olympics in Beijing. So
Got time to practice.
they should just give them their own category. There should be Olympic sports for people who have never tried the sport up until a year prior.
Yeah, it'd be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
I will say the half
Best of
pipe
the worst.
skier, way better than I am at skiing.
Yeah, I mean, just
She even caught air. She did like a backside thing. I don't know if it was intentional. It was like a switch backside,
Yeah.
and it was just like, hey, she landed it.
Yeah.
There you go. But enough Olympic fun. Let's move on to headlines.
Oh yeah, remember we said how Florida
a little bit weird over there.
they did that thing where they didn't do anything about guns and then they
Oh, they solved the problem though.
yeah.
They solved the problem about
Here's
shootings
the real
in schools.
solution.
Yeah.
Florida House approves bill to post "In God We Trust" in all public schools. And now when a shooter walks in, he's gonna be like, ah shit,
Fuck.
the God We Trust flag. Ah, and then it's gonna burn his face
I'm
out.
melting. I'm melting. No. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. The gun just lops over like a limp dick.
And I should, just for full transparency's sake, this bill was put forward by a Democrat who's also a minister. And her argument behind it was like, yeah, we got a little bit of a gun problem, but the real problem is we've taken God out of schools. Also, video games.
Yeah, it's a big problem.
So, good job.
All those mass shootings in Japan and South Korea.
Yeah.
Fucking video games at it again. Church asks worshipers to bring AR-15 rifles for blessing ceremony near elementary school. Well, at least God's on top of it.
See, yeah, and also for full transparency, again, this is not your typical evangelical church. This is a branch of the Unification Church, a weird South Korean cult ministry.
Hey, well, that's why they don't have shootings over
commonly known as Moonies.
Yeah.
Well, the church is in America.
Yeah, I know, but
They've expanded.
Yeah,
they've done a great job.
They've brought the right God to America, the one
Yeah.
that stops all the shootings.
Yeah. They're really into guns. They bring your AR-15s in. They planned this before the whole school shooting, and they're like, you know what? We're not going to let some major tragedy get in the way of our planned AR-15 blessing ceremony.
Yeah.
Stay the course.
Well, like that NRA spokesperson said on the news, owning a gun is a God-given right.
God
because
gave me that.
when
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
When God wrote the
He gave his-
Constitution and handed it down on
Yeah.
on golden tablets
Yeah.
to George Washington,
and Thomas Jefferson, they were like, hey, listen, here's some seer stones. You're the only one allowed to read this.
yeah, don't show anyone.
Yeah, don't show anyone, or it's weird.
And don't change anything.
Yeah, I sent my son and a bunch of assault rifles.
I will smite you. You're gonna get smited. Child marriage is A-okay, say 50 Missouri lawmakers. Yeah, I mean, they still banned child. So the bill in Missouri was, hey, maybe we shouldn't allow anyone under 14 to get married under any circumstances. And it still passed, but not by a lot. 50 people in Missouri, 50 elected legislators said, no, this is wrong. We should allow it.
Yeah.
And the whole reason behind it is the whole reason behind the bill is apparently Missouri is a hotbed of human trafficking. Wouldn't you believe it? They bring their child sex slaves to Missouri, go in front of a judge, and the judge has no legal right to ask any questions other than like, you guys down to get married? All right.
Free.
Yeah. Big government stepping in again.
EPA head says he needs to fly first class because people are mean to him in coach. Oh, I'm sorry, Snowflake.
Oh, I'm Scott Pruitt, and I'm such a snowflake.
The thing is, no one should know who you are unless you fuck up so bad that they know who you are.
That's a good point. He's the first EPA chief in history to have a 24-hour security detail with him at all times, costing taxpayers a lot of money.
Well, hey, we want to eat at Guy Fieri's restaurant, so we need this guy in first class, flying around deregulating everything.
If he really wants to fuck up the environment, he should just get a whole plane for himself.
Yeah.
Just fly a 747.
No, he should take
himself as the only passenger.
He should only go on cruise lines to every location.
That's true.
Yeah. Just leaving a trail of soot in the ocean.
And use a fuel mixture so like it burns coal.
Yeah, no, he needs to get around in
coal.
is an old locomotive that he himself shovels beautiful clean coal into and just fucking rolls coal out the top, and that's how he gets around. And he's just covered in soot by the time he gets there.
Yeah. He needs to walk into the White House dressed like Dick Van Dyke from Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
Chimney.
It's the only way I'll take him serious.
Yeah.
And it'll look like he has blackface on all the time.
True.
Another added bonus.
True.
Yeah.
Jimmy Buffett's Broadway show, Escape to Margaritaville, reportedly runs out of margaritas.
I mean, did you expect anything less?
They didn't plan. Like,
hey, where's my last shaker of salt? Someone stole it. Do they also offer cheeseburgers in paradise for the meal in the?
I would hope so. Yeah, apparently, like the theater that this is playing at on Broadway, they're like, we sold more drinks in opening night of Margaritaville than we've ever sold at any show ever. It's brilliant. They encourage you to get shit-faced and escape to Margaritaville.
Yeah, and they sold out of probably hats shaped like parrot heads too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's great for the economy. We need more Jimmy Buffett musicals.
Although in the
I can't wait for the touring production.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It always takes like 5 years to come to LA. Come on, Jimmy.
Yeah. You need to frontline it. Get in front. Who wants to go see Aladdin or The Waitress? Yeah.
They also in the article they revealed Jimmy Buffett. He doesn't drink margaritas anymore. He's like, I cut out sugar. If I'm gonna drink, it's gonna be tequila and water on the rocks.
Yeah. It's like when I found out that Simon Pegg doesn't actually drink.
Yeah. A lot of people don't actually drink.
Yeah, fake beer.
Fake beer.
Scientists thrilled as woman finds 14 worms in her eye. Ooh! Hey, finally, something to pick at.
Hey, she's got 14 worms. This is amazing.
Yeah.
They're excited because it doesn't happen often.
Yeah.
It usually happens to cows.
Wow, you're an anomaly.
I think there's fucking worms crawling around in my skull. That is great. Get over here.
Yeah, she kept seeing those little eye bugs that you catch when you're looking around.
Yeah.
And then she was like, fuck,
Those are worms.
Those are actually worms.
Ugh. Appealing? Japanese farmers invent edible banana skin. I've got to get my hands on these. I want to walk around in public with just a full banana.
You like those guys that eat onions?
Yeah. Well, I want to like order these just so I can do that all the time. The joke would never get old for me. Just seeing people react to me, just get in line for something.
You gotta wait. That'd be how long it would take the first person to try to correct you on how to eat a banana, sir. So are they growing these?
I would buy,
or do they take bananas and then rewrap them?
I'm gonna get a crate of these fucking things.
Do they
just walk around?
I'm asking. Do they rewrap them or do they grow them like this?
They grow them like that. They just took out some like they engineered it to not have some chemical in the skin, so now the skin is like way thinner. Still looks like a banana. The skin's way thinner, and it's like it apparently just tastes sort of like the edges of like pineapple, where it's like kind of just tasteless and sort of sweet.
All right.
But yeah,
I hate bananas, so I'll let you do the
oh,
experiment.
I will eat. I'm gonna get a fucking crate of these sent over from Japan.
You should wear them on your head and then pick one down and eat the entire thing in front of people.
Yeah.
Study claims 2 drinks a day more likely to extend life past 90 than exercise. Well, I'm gonna live forever.
I'm going to live forever.
Did they? What drinks are these? These are like 2 waters, right?
Like 2 glasses of wine or something.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. The headline's dumb because it's like the best solution would be to exercise and drink 2 glasses of wine a day.
Yeah.
You know, why not both?
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently they're just like, yeah, there's a common thread among people that live really fucking old, and it's they keep on pouring that booze.
Yeah. Helps them cope with the harsh realities of life.
Yeah, it's like you want to make a cucumber last really long. Pickle that shit.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you make
Yourself
taste last long.
Yeah.
Pickle yourself.
You just shrink down.
yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. Woman sues California Department of Fish and Wildlife for ignoring the existence of Bigfoot.
Yeah, so she claims that she was up at Lake Arrowhead, 90 minutes outside of Los Angeles, and her kids saw a Sasquatch climbing up a tree. So she called.
They climb now?
Yeah, that's what she said. So she called up the local park rangers or whatever. She's like, "You guys got to get out there. There's a Sasquatch up in the tree." And she's like,
Oh, Sam Squanch.
"Well, ma'am, you see, like this area is full of black bears, and they are known to climb trees. It was probably a black bear that you saw." Like, nope, Sasquatch. And she's been on a crusade. Just admit it. Admit there's Sasquatches all over the place.
It's literally a comparison to people who can't be told that they're wrong online.
Yeah.
They'll go to the edges of the earth, the flat edges of the flat earth, to prove their point.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, good on her. She's like that Goldfarb lady where they approached her on their front lawn. They're like, sir, or ma'am, you know that you've been communicating with Russians, right? And she's like, no, I don't talk to any Russians. They're like, well, you literally reposted all of their things verbatim that they were posting on their Facebook page that is in the indictment. Nope, never dealt with the Russians. You guys are fake news. La 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 la.
Steven Seagal becomes face of new cryptocurrency, Bitcoin 2Gen. Sounds legit to me.
I mean, if Steven Seagal's involved,
That is a mark of quality. He is a grandmaster.
Yeah, the seal of excellence.
I dare you to walk up to Steven Seagal and do a very slow and exaggerated punch. He will use his Aikido skills to stop you.
Yeah.
Just don't try any fast movements. It doesn't really work as well for that. But
Yeah.
he will stop this punch.
He lives in Russia now, right?
He does, and he's endorsing guns over there. He's buddy with Putin. They spar together. Yeah.
Yeah. But he lets Putin hit him every once in a while.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, you're so good.
Oh my God, you really are the greatest.
I dodge everything. You
Here,
got me.
Have my black belt.
Man's excessive farting in flight forces airplane to make emergency landing. I get gassy on a flight.
This old man.
This old man. He did toot.
He tooted the whole. This is like a flight. I believe it was a Dutch flight, but
Oh, he was doing the old Dutch oven.
yeah, he was Dutch ovening the whole fucking plane, and,
Yeah.
and doing it loudly, and people around him were like, "Hey, cut it out." He's like,
We're all farting, but do it right into the seat where you can't hear it.
He's like, "I'm 90. I don't give a shit. What are you gonna do? Hit me?"
Yeah.
And so
I like the idea that he, instead of just shooting it straight into the seat like everyone else does, he leaned over to get that fucking
What are you gonna do? I'm old.
the echo on the leather.
So people were yelling at him. Even the pilot was like, "Sir,
Sir.
please."
We're smelling it up here.
And yeah, eventually, like,
Will the man in 12E please stop flatulating?
a fight broke out.
Oh.
The anti-fart team got in fights with like the pro-fart team, and they had to land the plane. A bunch of people got arrested. 2 women who got taken off the flight are now suing the airline because they're like, we had nothing to do with it. They just ejected our whole row.
Yeah.
And we missed like what we were trying to get to.
Fartgate.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a big problem.
There must have been some bad farts.
I mean, audibly, yeah, it sucks.
It's more the smell though.
Yeah, and you'd imagine that a 90-year-old person's farts smell really bad.
Yeah.
He could have like
it's
the
like
Crohn's
a
or
dusty old
something.
attic up in there with some dead raccoons in it.
He might have had the Crohn's. You don't know.
I don't know.
Just put him in the bathroom.
because like the sound, it would have to be loud as fuck to hear that over an
Over an
airplane
airplane, yeah.
engine. It would have to be the smell, which That would have to be a very bad smell.
Yeah. Yeah, because this thing's like pressurized.
It's true.
It doesn't really linger. But for him, if he's just fucking letting it hang out, just a floppy, loose asshole just leaking gas the whole time.
Yeah.
It's fucking biological warfare. Say what you want.
Too much of those Dutch pancakes.
That man's a terrorist.
They put cheese on the pancakes. It's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, well, causes you some nasty farts.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's our show this week. Be sure to watch a new episode of Tugs about how, what are we talking about?
PUBG's dying or something?
I think,
Something like that.
Yeah, PUBG. Get it out.
Get it out.
Also, a new episode of Tech News Day about how all you dang crypto miners, you're stopping us from meeting the aliens.
Yeah, we're never going to meet the aliens because you're fucking mining crypto. You and Steven Seagal, go get a room somewhere.
Go get a room in space.
All right, bye.